I was very pleased to be asked about it as someone who many years ago, in my 20s, I'm a survivor of what I would consider to be emotional abuse. And it was only really in the last few years that people have sort of talked about emotional abuse on the same level as they've talked about physical abuse. The only difference is you can't physically see the bruises, but they still last for a long time. And I think it's very easy to say to people, you know, and especially because at the time I didn't have any children, well, why did you stay? Why didn't you leave? What people don't understand is that the people who are controlling you are incredibly clever and manipulative, and they basically chip away at your whole personality to the point that you feel useless and worthless. And of course, anybody watching in the audience or at home who has been in a similar situation will know the common denominator is always, I'm only like this because I love you so much, but you make me be like this. It's your fault for making me like this. And then if you try to leave, it's about nobody will love you as much as me, just give me one more chance. And there is huge manipulation. And I mean, I was with this person for, you know, several years and went through a lot, but kept going back. So now I feel that I can spot it in somebody a mile off, but that person is often never ready to go.
That's why you can't just say to somebody,
you can't just say, well, leave.
No.
You know, especially when there are children involved, especially there are often people in different cultures I've spoken to who feel that they can't leave because their culture will frown on them, even if the family know that they're in a dire situation. They think divorce is not allowed in our culture, we have to stay there. So it's a very difficult situation. And when we did the photo shoot for this, I very much wanted to show a smile. And at first they were saying, oh, why? And I said, because it's the painted smile that you are putting on this smile, despite the blackness in the eyes and in, you know, and in your heart, you are putting everything on because everything's absolutely fine, because you don't really want anybody to know.
Did you find doing that photo shoot difficult? Did it remind you of that time?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't sort of, I didn't find it triggering. I was very keen to do it, but to be represented in a way that I felt that I had personal experience of. But as I say, I was never physically abused. No. It was emotional. But it's to open up. Tomorrow we're going to be opening up. I'm not on the panel tomorrow, but opening up a conversation to let people know that there are people out there who can help. Absolutely. And to give lots of advice if you or someone you know is in that situation.